Well, I didn't like that one. Let me grab a seltzer real quick. I'll take you this.
Okay.
I'm like right here.
Oh, goodness.
And then you don't have to cut. You can just like. There's no stopping. It's just stopping. There's never been a start to start. There's never been a start to stop. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Common Ground Podcast, episode 38. Your favorite podcast. We're talking about your favorite format, Pauper. There we go. You know what 38 is backwards? I am your co-host, Cameron Schindler, joined as always by the confused Thomas Gunn. He got dazed. He couldn't pay the one. He could have played a land, but he chose not to. You just didn't play your land drop first.
I
and now he's
clearly
confused.
didn't. What? 83?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
There's nothing to get.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a goober.
How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
You living?
I'm good. I'm living. Feeling a little sleepy today. Got up earlier than I needed to for a moving job, and turns out it was like an hour later. So I was like,
could have slept in an hour.
Great, cool, yep.
Yeah,
but
I get that.
That's okay. But
you know what I do every day
Can't complain.
before work. So Austin will tell me the day before. Let me introduce our other co-host first, James Hieronymus Hippo. What is up? I mixed it up. I normally do James Hippo Hieronymus.
Well, that tends to be how nicknames work, actually.
Oh, you put it at the end?
Yeah, you put it in the middle.
Yeah, but that's not your nickname.
That's true.
It is your name. It's Hippo.
That is definitely not my legal name, but we should pretend
change
it is. I'm also tired. I only slept about 3 hours last night.
Oh, dude, I had a weird
damn.
sleeping pattern last night. So I got home.
No. You have to tell the first story first.
Okay, I have two stories lined up. Great. That are all non-magic related. So Austin will text me the day before, like, hey, I'll pick you up at 8:30 because he usually picks me up for work because I'm right off the highway. And he'll text me, I'll pick you up at 8:30. I'll wake up. I'll set my alarm for 8 because I'll shower real quick, and 30 minutes enough for me to shower and put on clothes. But I always text him to wake up. I'm like, ETA, and he'll text me like, today he's like, I'm gonna be closer to 9, so I'm like, sick. I get to sleep for 30 more minutes. But this time I'm I do that. But
That's your hack.
yeah, that's my hack is to text Austin to see how much time I can sleep
Before you get out of bed.
Yeah. And or I'll sleep for like 5 more minutes and I'll wake up and see what he said. Got back from South Dakota. That was fun, but got back, got my apartment like 5 o'clock, ate some food, fell asleep at 7, woke up at 11, and I worked the next day, so I'm like, that's great. So I stayed up till like 3 or 4 a.m., then went back to bed before work. So I had I split my 8 hours in half. It was weird, but I'm awake.
Damn.
I'm feel energized, so maybe that's the play.
You're probably more energized than I am.
I don't recommend it.
Some people do that. Some people have like 2 like half sleeps spaced out.
Yeah, it's
Some people
weird.
do that.
I don't know. But I woke up like at 11, like really groggy and just like overwhelmingly sad. I don't know what from.
Yeah. I mean, it's like waking up from a nap that was longer than you expected it to be.
Yeah,
it's like,
I
hey,
hate
what
those.
year is it?
One last non-magic quivit thing. So Riverboat Days, that's why I was in Yankton, South Dakota. That's where I'm from. And was visiting back there for that. It's just like a big like festival by the river, kind of like a state fair style thing. And they've been getting like different bands and like kind of named people every year to play, and everybody just gets drunk and goes to the bars after. But this year was lit. They sing My Own Worst Enemy. Do you know that one, Thomas? Maybe.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I would assume Hippo has heard it, but Hippo shocks me. He's never heard Wonderwall by Oasis until recently.
That's okay though.
It is okay. We love them.
honestly, I part of me wishes I could go back to those
What?
days.
Okay, but
No, it's a great song. It's just as a performing musician, it's one of those ones that's like play Wonderwall, play play Freebird. It's one. Yeah, I see it in a different context than you do.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it was kind of didn't sound the best live, and like it was kind of awkward. They played My Own Worst Enemy, the song everybody knows, last, and they did that thing where they like point the mic at the crowd, and then the crowd like didn't sing back, so it was really awkward.
Nice.
And then, but
Nice.
once they played that last song, the vibes were completely different. Everybody was like jumping around, headbanging, singing along.
It's the song, that's the
Yeah.
hit. Yeah.
So I just had to wait an hour of just music I didn't know, and it didn't sound great, just to hear one song. It was worth it, dude. So worth it.
I'm glad you had a good time.
All right. Somebody that's not me introduced us to our topic for today, our magic topic. We're not just going to talk about non-magic stuff, believe it or not.
All right.
Believe it or
So
not.
today we actually wanted to do a little bit of a thought experiment and talk about some cards we think should or could possibly deserve a downshift into Pauper.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. How many cards did
I'm
you
very
guys bring?
excited.
I really just have one of each
I
color.
have.
Oh, I like that.
Cool.
That would have been smart.
Yeah, I kind of have that. I have like 7. I have like 8-ish. But
wow.
we'll see how many we get to.
That's what I'm saying. I think that they'll take longer than we expect for each one.
It seems so.
Sure. Well, if we have like long lists, we could always come back to. We could do a part 2.
That is true. That is true.
Mhm.
Somebody.
Cool.
Hippo, do you want to start us off with your white one? And I have a white one. Thomas, do you have a white one?
Technically, yes.
Then we can all go around to a white one. Hippo, start us off,
Let's
brother.
do it.
Cool. Mine's very simple, very easy. It's the Witch's Enchanter from the Modern Horizons 2. It's the flip land
Or 3.
that
3?
Yeah.
MH3?
Witch Enchanter.
MH3, yeah, whatever
MH3.
set that
Yeah.
whatever set this is that just came out. Yeah, that's it. So it's 3 and a white, and it is a 2/2, and it has disenchanted text when it enters the battlefield. And then on the backside, it is a land that you can play. You can pay 3 mana to have it come in untapped,
Or 3 life.
or 3 life. Yeah, 3
Yeah.
mana. Good lord. Yeah, 3 life to have it come and play untapped.
Interesting.
Something very very simple.
That would be powerful.
I
That'd be
agree.
very powerful.
Yeah. You can find it with Militia Bugler, which is
Do
pretty
you
cool.
do you know how badly I wanted to say something way more powerful like Flicker Wisp? But I thought I started thinking about it. I was like, that is not a good idea.
It dies a lava dart. You can put Flicker Wisp and Pauper.
No, I'm not putting Flicker
That's
Wisp and Pop. Are you kidding me?
What's the worst you can Flicker Wisp? and
Flicker
Pauper?
Wisp would be. How do you feel
bounce
that
land?
the backside of that card being a land, being the actually the powerful part of Witch Enchanter? Do you think that
that's the idea.
might be do you think that might be a little too much as opposed to like one of the MDFCs that enters tapped on the other side?
Well, see, then those are all the dual lands. But I specifically wanted one that like it's not like an
cool, cool, cool.
overwhelming ability on the front. It's like an
Sure.
appropriately costed card. Like it's fine. You would play it, but if you didn't want to play it, it's never dead. So
Sure. Okay.
You just seem fine with
mean-
mono white being the best.
no, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, there's other powerful cards on the list, so
Yeah.
it's not like I'm just looking at white cards for power level.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Is
No,
there
I like
there
that.
anything that you're is there anything you're thinking of that like specifically wants like a white like in Hammer? Like I got second place at an RCQ this past weekend, and
Heck yeah.
I was playing mono white Hammer, and I have Witch Enchanters in there to be lands that can pitch to Solitude. Are there any cards that you thought of in Pauper that would be like sick to be able to like pitch this to, or have this be like an actual white card over a land?
So, if I understand your question correctly, is this if it were a pitch card instead? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking are there any other cards that are similar to like Solitude or March of Otherworldly Light that need to see a white card, but you get to have one of your lands be your white card?
No, I don't think so.
I think this is cool though. Like you said, is really power. Like a lot of the power comes from the versatility of it being an untapped land,
Yeah.
especially in a deck like mono white. But I think it's cool if something like this is a power outlier because it's a 4-mana 2/2 that disenchants something on ETB, and we don't have.
There's no creature that actually is just enter the battlefield disenchanted.
I was about to say,
It's either
was gonna
artifact or creature.
That's what I was
Or
gonna say. I
enchantment.
had to think about that because I know, like, I would say a Dawnbringer Cleric, but it's only enchantment.
Correct.
But maybe there's some expensive creature.
The Troublemaker
greed.
Oof requires you to bargain.
or
to do
yeah,
to do
or
something.
the
This is just an
changing-
unconditional. This does this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's cool. It is white for ephemerate colors too, which is awesome.
Yeah. So that was kind of my thinking.
That's fair.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Again, it's kind of an overcosted card for like what it does.
Should we, on a
like,
scale to 1 to 5, should we give it a scale of how likely we think this would happen?
Ooh.
Oh, it's like a 1. Like it's not gonna happen.
I think it's a 1.5. Just because I think it's
I'm gonna
fine.
also go with a 1.
I think it's not because of power, because it's a cycle.
Oh, I think. Oh, yeah. Well, yes, for it's a cycle, but I think also on that, it's like that effect is obviously not a thing that they probably want to deal with on the whole. So that is not. It's not likely to happen. It's just a card I would like. It's something like that I would like to see.
It'd be weird to see a single one in.
Yeah, just a one-off card like that. Yeah.
Guasan's tickling me. Thomas, what you got for a white card? Can I guess? Can I guess what it is? Because you said it's kind of a white card.
Why?
It's Dryad Militant, isn't it?
Dryad Militant?
What?
Militant?
Dryad Militant? Yeah, it's Dryad Militant.
Yes!
Wow.
Yes!
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly approve of Dryad Militant.
It really was. Dryad Militant is a Selesnya hybrid mana, a single mana, either green or white. It's a 2/1 creature, and it says that when any instant or sorceries, is it just opponents? I believe it's just opponents.
Yeah, it's opponents.
Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
so
anywhere.
Nope,
Anywhere.
it's all
okay.
of them.
Anywhere.
All right.
I got it.
All instants and sorceries go to exile instead of the graveyard. So
what a way to kill terror.
This is a sick, just a sick creature, just a sick, efficient creature. Like we already have Judge's Familiar and Slitherhead in the format now, like of that cycle.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah. That's all that cycle of single hybrid mana uncommons.
Well,
yeah, Blister Coil Weird is it one
common. Slitherhead's a common, isn't it?
It got
yes. Well, Slitherhead
that's right.
It got downshifted. Yeah, it's an uncommon with that cycle of stuff.
That's right.
So it has some some precedent that it could likely join Pauper at some point, like if they do another like Ravnica reprint set or something like that.
This would be
I think it's a 1 mana 2/1, which is fine stats, and the effect is really good in the right matchup. Like it could give you I like sideboard cards that don't detract from your primary game plan. And if you're like an aggressive creature deck in either white and or green, and you want something like a Relic of Progenitus against specifically terror, this is way better for you than a Relic of Progenitus against terror, because it's still a threat and it's doing what you want that relic to do anyway, to slow down the terrors. Against like other graveyard decks, it might not be as it can't stop dredge, all of that sort of stuff. It's very specific. But because of that, I think that it's perfectly reasonable for the format.
And it would be the first continuous piece of graveyard interaction that we have, and that it's a graveyard interaction that's a replacement effect, which is pretty important too. Like, because a lot of the times it's just Nihil spell bombs and relics and stuff. We don't have, like, I've mentioned it before, we don't have like the rest in peace that stops stuff from going from the graveyard. It being instant sorcery is a little less relevant for it being like a replacement effect, but still cool. I like it. It's just the Savannah line.
It's good against
really
the right
high
decks.
upside.
Yeah.
Savannah line beatdowns. Well, Mono White would play. Mono White would play this, obviously.
I'd snap it off.
Yeah. What else? Like, this couldn't spawn like a whole archetype build around. I don't think
this would go in like a green stompy deck too.
No.
You think so?
Yeah. It can fit into the aggressive decks and its colors, and it would provide its niche role to those archetypes.
I think it would see a lot of sideboard play too, just because it's like if terror's popping up, just be like, I'm in white or green, I'll put 3-4 of these in my sideboard. Let's go play, baby.
Yeah.
On a scale to 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, what do you think?
This one is way more likely to happen. I think this is something like a 3.5, 4.
I'm gonna say
I'm game to bet a 4 on this. I think
this will happen. I bet. The only thing that's stopping it.
He has spoken.
The only thing that's stopping it
is the card you're about to say. What?
No. Is that in 2025? I don't know what the release schedule looks like, but I don't know when the next time we're getting. Like, Pauper sees all these awesome downshifts from these Commander Legends Double Master sets.
Right.
Like, we had Double Masters 2022 was really big for Pauper. And 23 and 24, instead of those, we got Lord of the Rings and MH3. And then in 25, I think Marvel sets and Final Fantasy are replacing those. So I think we're starting to move away from these big reprint sets, which I don't like for our beloved format. Isn't that kind of sad?
Yeah, but
we get cool new cards like Iron Man's Heart instead. That'll be an artifact that we could pick up with Glinthawk. With the package, the new package will be Iron Man's Heart. Okay, this is getting grim.
I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. I'm with you in that, like, I don't like the flavor mixing, and also
like Lord of the Rings
I am
feels
also at a
right.
point with Magic that I like. Lord of the Rings was dope. Like when the things that make like Warhammer is like just close enough, and also like almost always in the same stores that it's like very easy to associate.
Doesn't affect competitive play too. Warhammer,
right?
didn't.
Yes, doesn't specifically affect competitive play. Like I think Lord of the Rings could have just been a cool one-off to do in that way, but because it made them so much money, they're gonna do it again. And so this will be a real. I think the Marvel set's gonna be a real test of that, because that's like at the Lord of the Rings scale, and the other ones haven't quite been. So yeah, I don't know. I honestly like I care because I don't know how much of this is I'm gonna keep in, but like I care because I have a sensibility about what Magic is to me, and that's okay. And also I don't care because like they're a corporation who I have no control over, and honestly, I give stores my money way more than I give Wizards directly my money. So like I'm just kind of in my own little ecosystem with Magic on its own. So Wizards can just do whatever heck all they want, as long as, the people who are paying attention to the competitive formats are like paying attention.
Yeah,
and we have the Pauper format panel, so like we are very fortunate in that regard.
Yeah, and I think
anyway, long tangent.
My feelings regarding this is gonna honestly depend a lot on the art direction, which feels weird saying, but if it doesn't just look super tacky, I think it's fine. Like Lord of the Rings, it's not like Frodo and Gandalf are running around rampant and Pauper and Modern and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like I never watched Lord of the Rings or read
what
the
do the
books,
commons
so it's like,
look like? Right,
yeah,
like many the D&D set, like you meet in a tavern, like that's like a perfectly
generic
fine
enough.
common to like generic enough. Like even like Lorien Revealed, even though it's like a specific like Lord of the Rings reference, it's a very straightforward card that's very strong,
and they can do generic
core piece of format.
Yeah, and they can do generic superhero fantasy stuff that can fit in Magic, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there we go. Should I get us back
like
on topic with my white
like
card?
you said, the Gandalf stuff is all going to be a rare anyway. So
Yeah. Maybe we'll get Spider-Man the Planeswalker at uncommon. Shall move us back to topic.
Yeah.
We'll let future editor Thomas figure out what we want to do with that. I like it. I like rants. Cool. I have a white card that was also Dryad Militant, but I have another white card, Militant. I put a Illuminator Virtuoso. It's 1 and a white creature human rogue 1/1 double strike. Whenever it becomes the target of a spell or ability you control, connives. So connive is discard a card, and if you draw a card, discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So 2 mana 1/1 double strike that grows every time you target it.
Okay.
This would slap.
So here's where I stand on this one. Given the function of the card and the card that I'm going to closely relate this to, I think this is actually okay.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. I thought you would be very against it.
So we already have a card that's very, very similar to this, and it's Kiln Fiend. The Kiln Fiend is very close to this card.
That's a really good call out.
Very close.
Yeah.
You're still gonna play like that. Like the Kiln Fiend deck plays like your Team or Battle Rage is like your way to like just kill them. Like you just cast Team or Battle Rage, it's instantaneously turned on from Kiln Fiend. Like it's all like automatically.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It could potentially spawn a red-white version of Kiln Fiend that just plays Kiln Fiend and this as the alternate threat. Like that would be sick, actually.
Well, could play both. You could play both of them too.
Is Kiln Fiend non-creature or instant or sorcery?
Yeah, it's instant or sorcery.
Dude, that would make Homestead Courage so good. If this card was legal.
Yeah.
All
these like dinky.
We have an instant trample
exist,
trick in Bloomborough.
Yeah.
One can say we get all these cards that already exist that are already good that we just don't play because they're just really playing the mono white like heroic deck, like Defiant Strike and stuff like cards like that.
I feel that mono white heroic deck I feel like is one good
card
threat threat specifically from being really good. Like I feel like it has Defiant Strike, it has Homestead Courage. Like it just needs
God's Willing. Yeah,
it just needs something like
Blacksmith
this
skill.
to put it through. And man, like I think we all have experience playing against this card. And Pioneer when it was legal. I don't know if it's all playing there, but even in cubes and stuff like Thomas and your Peasant Cube, like we did a Roto draft and I just smoked people with this card, and I'm just like, I am in love with this card.
Yeah, I've played that card a fair amount in Pioneer. It's very strong.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
very strong.
It could be one of those things where it might not lead to super fun play patterns because it is one of those things. It's like if you don't have it. And even if you do have the answer to it, if they have the God's Willing to like protect it or whatever, the protection spell or mutagenic growth. Mutagenic growth, we haven't seen how that plays with this card in Pioneer, and so could be really gross.
Again, because something like the Kiln Fiend deck does exist, like already, like it gives me hope that this is not just a straight up like going to like would not just be a completely dominant force. However, it does terrify me that both God's Willing and Lauren's Escape are legal.
Mm-hmm.
And having those just be good cards on their own, like already, does give me a little bit of concern. Like there's 8 free ways to not have it die to anything that's damage based removal spells. Like instantaneously, you put it out of range of Lightning Bolt. Like already, like automatically.
Yeah.
Like targeting with literally anything, like almost anything, puts it out of range of Lightning Bolt. So that kind of gives me a slight bit of concern because the good thing about the Kiln Fiend is it doesn't pump its toughness; it only pumps its power.
And we've seen.
I thought about that too. It would stick around as a threat for longer, potentially over like 2 or 3 turns if you needed it to.
And we've seen decks like All That Glitters where it gets to a point where if you didn't have the red removal spell, then it's not a fun play pattern for red decks where it's like, well, I developed my board instead of holding up a Lightning Bolt, or I had Lightning Bolt and they had 1 protection spell, and now their creature is a 6/6 and I can't bolt it, or I need like double Galvanic Blast to kill, and that's just not very fun sometimes. I think it'd be very, very meta warping if this card did get downshifted. So for that, I'm going to give it out of 5, I'm going to give it a 2.5. 5.
I'm going to go with a 1.5 or a 2.
Dang. What about you?
I'm going to go with a 1, sadly. I think it would be pretty sick.
Yeah,
it'd be really cool. I would play this card if it were legal.
Heck yeah. Hippo,
you got a blue card for us, James?
I sure do. What a modern classic card I have for you here.
Snapcaster Mage?
How about Remand?
Ooh, Remand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Remand.
How about Remand?
Yeah. Okay.
So here's my thought.
Yeah, can you remind us what Remand is?
Okay, so Remand, for those who are not familiar, is 1 in a blue for an instant. It says counter target spell, and instead of putting it in the graveyard, it return it to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Very simple.
Remand Weather of a Storm. And Poison, so that's the only thing I thought.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Remand Weather of a Storm.
That didn't occur to me, I'll be real honest with you.
Ooh.
if
Cameron
that's
goes
the
there
busted
immediately.
Storm thing, if that's the busted storm thing we're doing, whatever. Who cares? Come on, already. Oops, you gotta bleep that one. But
let Kalikas have some fun.
Yeah, make his tier 4 deck tier 2.5.
So my thought here is that the card is like, obviously it's of an era that is not really relevant to modern Magic anymore. Like Remand is just not a card. Like it's just not a playable card in Modern.
It's pretty embarrassing.
If you're like your opponent casts Remand, you're going, cool, I win the game.
They'll draw it back with the 1 ring.
Yeah. So so my thing is like it's not a hard counter. Like it is just a delay tactic. It's kind of like a boomerang in a sense. We already have something like that,
that's a good call out.
It's basically looking like the same thing. But yes, you did point. I love how your brain immediately went to Weather the Storm. That's actually hilarious. That actually makes it super. That's actually super sick for the Fog deck.
I think it's really.
That's actually super sick for the Fog deck.
I think those are points towards it, not points against it.
That's the perfect archetype that like wants something like Remand. Like they already play like stuff like Memory Lapse sometimes.
Arcane. We play Arcane Denial.
Yeah, sure. like a similar idea.
Yeah, I guess actually it's full because
straight up
arcane denial you can do arcane denial your own stuff. Well, you can just like remand your own stuff anyways.
I was gonna say that's like one of like the Magic level ups I think people go through. Maybe not as much in the new generation of Magic players anymore, but like even I did. Like I saw somebody in like when I first started playing Modern, someone remanded their own Storm spell, and I'm like, what? Like, yep. Or I tried to counter a spell, and they just remanded it back to their hand.
Their own spell.
Because if they remanded my counter spell, I would just play counter spell again. But they're just like, no, remand my spell. I'm like, huh. I'm like,
the classic Cameron.
You can do that. Huh. Yeah. And I feel like Pauper, especially like if you get to these terror decks, like if you do like terror versus Jeskai, or like these longer grindier decks, not Boggles, not against Broodscale, not against Kadolfa, like there's a lot of tempo-y games still going on. Also, for whatever tempo means, there's a lot of those going
around.
There's
also an argument to me, something like the Delver deck or the Terror deck that sees play. Like,
I think this would
see play.
Yeah, I agree because that's a tempo deck.
Yeah, it's just a tempo deck. So no, that's my one good blue card.
Heck yeah, I like that. What would you rate it?
I don't know that
Hippo.
it's like super unlikely. I'll go straight down the middle and give it a 3.
I agree. I like 3.
Yeah, I was feeling a 3. Yeah, I think it'd be really interesting. It'd be a nice new home.
New home. Yeah, it's fun when like these old cards start to see play again, you know? Like
it's very nostalgic.
Yeah, that happened like with Liliana the Veil getting printed in standard and it turning out to be completely fine, and it was just like, cool, this card hasn't been playable in so long and we get to play this really fun card again. It's just stuff like that. It's just please give me an environment where I can play some classics, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Thomas.
Hello.
Would you like to share to the class?
I have a spicy blue card. My blue card is in Soul Artifact. It is an enchantment aura for 1 and a blue, and it turns the enchanted artifact into a creature that is a 5/5.
Yeah.
I think. All right, hear me out. Cameron's shaking his head.
My first thought immediately is we already have Kinko Artificer.
What that? 3 mana for 3/3, 2
listen.
mana for a 5/5.
Listen.
I'm listening.
But that one's indestructible.
So are these ones.
You gotta listen. And you can only. Okay, listen. Everyone is already gunning for affinity. Like if you're gonna make your artifacts even more vulnerable with something like this, then you're like lining yourself up for like an even bigger blowout. Like you got to have a very specific. I think this could spawn something similar, a more aggressive version that's more similar to the blue-white glitters decks that popped up with like, you know, like Springleaf Drum and Ornithopter and Ginger Brute and, you know, things of that nature. I think it could.
Yeah, we didn't like turn
like
2 5/5s back then.
No, but it doesn't. This one stops growing. This one doesn't get bigger. This one is just a 5/5, and you have to blow up the artifact.
It's way harder to recur this one. Huh? It's also way harder to recur this one. You can recur Kinko Artificer with like Blood Fountain and stuff.
Oh,
it's really hard to recur this one.
Yeah. I was referring to like all that glitters, but yeah. I see what you're saying there.
And the 2 colors that have like a common creature to like build around, like we have Voldaren Epicure in red, and you have the Inspectors in white, and like other than that, like. You'd have, I don't know, you could do like a Blood Fountain deck, you could do whatever with artifact lands, of course, but like there not being like a blue creature that makes an artifact right away, at least in our format, I think is something that you would have to figure out some deck building stuff to make it happen, but I think this is okay. And if not this one, then like the 3 mana Dimir one or whatever.
I think it would definitely be good, and I know the PFP has talked about they don't like it when a certain deck takes up so many sideboard slots, and it's like we've seen with like Kerplinski posting all this data and stuff on Twitter, like all these win rate datas, that Grixis Affinity is almost like the poor Jund of the format, where it's like it doesn't have horrible match rates against anything, but it doesn't even have 50% against most things. It has like 45 against most things. But yeah, it's still always super popular, and you have to pack your hate. And I think this is just trending towards like, okay, if this is playable, do I start playing Castinifier's main board? Because I can ping off, you know, creatures with Kadolfa with it. Everyone's playing Bridges. Maybe we should be playing Castinifier main board right now, even with all the artifact lands running around. It wouldn't be terrible. What would you rate this? Hippo, do you have any thoughts about this? What do you give me a thought?
In Soul Artifact, the fact that there's no like good way to like instant speed kill an enchantment, like not really that many. Like
Destroy Evil.
Yeah, like Destroy Evil's like a really good one, but that's about the extent of it.
But it's just randomly on Dawnbringer Cleric, which is nice.
Yeah, but you wouldn't actually have like an instant speed way to this. You don't just get pounded by it immediately.
But at least with this, if you get pounded, you're only getting pounded by a 5/5 versus a little.
10/10.
You're getting pounded by a ginger with.
Ooh.
You're getting pounded by
Go
a
on.
ginger with 10 power that can't be blocked randomly. You know.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like a good time.
This one, I could see a world.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it would be the worst thing. I tend to overreact. I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world at all.
I don't think it'd be the worst thing. I think it'd be interesting.
I think your points
I'll
are
go with
super
that.
fair
It'd
though.
be
Like
interesting.
I don't think this one will see a downshift for at least for some time. Certainly while Affinity is as popular as it has been. But
What would you
think
rate it?
Could be cool.
Mr. Thomas?
I'd give it like I'm gonna give it a 2.
I'm going to give it a 2 too.
I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it a 1.75.
Okay. You got to be
baby.
different.
What you got, Cameron?
Can you guess my blue card?
Is it Esperzoa?
Is it Esperzoa?
It is Esperzoa. So Esperzoa.
Let's go.
What is Esperzoa?
Esperzoa is a 2 and a blue for an artifact creature jellyfish, flying 4/3 at the beginning of your upkeep. Return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. So if you have Esperzoa, it's an artifact. So if you don't have another artifact, you have to return itself to your hand. But if you have something like Boros Synthesizer, you return the synthesizer to your hand. It triggers your synthesizer. You can play it again, which triggers the synthesizer. But next turn, you're getting 2 synthesizer triggers every single turn. I have done this ramp before, so I also have another card. I think this card would be so sick. We have done this ramp. I have done this ramp before. So my other blue card, real quick, is I just had to plug the Esperzoa. Oh my god, please, please.
Gotta represent the team.
Yeah, I know. I also have Brineborn Cutthroat. It's
Ooh,
1 and a
I like
blue.
that one.
Creature Merfolk Pirate for a 2/1 Flash. Should I read Flash reminder text? Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Brineborn Cutthroat. So it's just 2 mana 2/1. Flashing on their end step if you don't have a counter spell. Then everything you counter or opt or Thought Scour on your turn, you just grow this thing. I think this would make the sickest Delver deck ever.
That is.
I don't
sick.
know. Is it too good? Because it just you just
don't
gets
think so.
bolted. Who cares? But
Yeah, I think this one's fine. It doesn't have like evasion. It doesn't. I mean, it grows itself, but like it can only grow itself like not very much.
it's not a 1 mana 5/5
Yeah.
reward.
No, it grows
Yeah,
itself
yeah.
like it takes like 2 turns or like the third turn before it's out of bolt range.
That's true.
That's pretty
Yeah.
reasonable.
And it is like one of those things. Maybe you flash in on turn 4 and when you like consider, and you're just like,
There you go.
yeah,
Yep.
it's a 4/3, but it still gets bolted. It's a 4. You know what else is a 4/3? Esperzoa,
Esperzoa.
and Esperzoa hasn't. No, I thought this would be cool because I'm like when I build like cubes and stuff, I always I love the blue-green flash archetypes. I think even when I'm playing games, I love cards of Flash because I feel like I have so much agency. Wandering Emperor is probably one of my favorite planeswalkers ever. Flash is awesome agency. I would give this a 3. I think this is okay to happen. I don't know how likely it is, but it's a 3 because I think it's very much okay.
Yeah, give this a safe 3.
I'm gonna give it a 5. I think
fine.
it's totally fine.
Ooh. What would you give
I think it'd be
Esperzoa?
cool.
I'd give
I'm
Esperzoa
gonna
a
give
10.
Esperzoa.
I think
We
they
didn't
know
talk
that
about
Esperzoa
tens.
plus like synthesizer is not probably a thing that needs to happen.
I'm gonna
Yes.
give it a 3. I'm gonna give Esperzoa a 3.
Do you remember that one time in Cube where I Esperzoa
Yeah,
random
you
Warhammer card,
smushed
dude?
me.
Your
Yeah,
top
to
deck
death.
and I'm drawing 6 a turn?
Yeah, I remember. I drew like
Good.
7 lands
Don't-
with my aggressive
don't
deck.
forget.
Yeah, I remember.
All right, what's the next color?
Oh, man.
It's black. Go back his way.
Huh?
I said it's black, but go back his way first.
You don't want to go?
Not yet. No.
You want to snake order it?
Yeah, let's go back. Go back the other way.
All Okay, would you like to start us off with black, though?
Okay, so I technically don't have a black card, but I am going to bring up one of my colorless cards here because it would go hand in hand, and does go hand in hand, with a black card that did get downshifted into our format within the last couple of years. This is Witch's Oven. This is a single colorless mana for an artifact. It has tap, sacrifice a creature. James is shaking his head. Tap, sacrifice a creature. Create a food token. If the sacrifice creature's toughness was 4 or greater, create 2 food tokens instead. This card is great with Cauldron Familiar. It's the single black mana for the 1/1 cat that when you can sack a food to return it from your graveyard, and it ETBs and it drains for 1. I played against a very cool black-white like low to the ground aggressive sacrifice deck in a league I played with Tara last week, and it was playing Cauldron Familiar and Deadly Dispute and Carrot Cake, because Carrot Cake is a food and it makes more creatures to sack to your carrion feeder. Yep. And they had Soul Warden. They like it was a really
that's cool.
It was a sweet little like aggressive deck that was like looping cats every once in a while and just beating down. It was really sick. And so I think that there's something there. I do admit that Cat Oven can be very oppressive in certain format circumstances. James is now nodding his head. But I think it would be super cool to have something like this. But I don't think you could do this without also printing some way to just like always deal with like creatures, at least creatures, exiling instead of going to the graveyard, like similar to Rest in Peace, but like Dryad Militant, maybe only focus on creatures, which I do have another card down the list that does that as well.
I do think this would also boost a card like if this did happen, this would definitely boost a card up like Cast into the Fire quite a bit.
Oh yeah, Tag the Artifact. I really want a sacrifice deck to be like pretty good in Pauper. I think that's cool. I think this play pattern gets so boring so quick. It's not even like a fun sacrifice play pattern because it's like you're sacking the same thing, recurring the same thing repetitively. And we've, at least us three, have seen this card play out before. And it just, you just block forever. You can block whatever forever except for stuff with trample. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of it because I'm like, maybe against like Gruul Stompy, it's not very good because they just trample over and it doesn't really matter. And I was just trying to think like what, but against a terror, this just blocks a terror forever. And I think this would just poop on terror really bad. We don't really have like Mayhem Devil or Blood Artist to like drain every time that happens.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would almost rather have one of those.
We do have something like that we've got the new card from MH3 that's played in the what's its deck? The Broodscale deck. It's the Nightblade card.
That's from Commander. I'm pretty sure. Commander set. I know what you're talking about, the Assassin.
It's the card. Would you like
Nadir Nightblade? Yeah.
Was that MH3?
That's it.
Yeah.
It got reprinted into Modern as an uncommon in MH3, but it's a common from like Commander Legends or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, I guess we do. It's only token too.
Yeah, that's some tokens. But like you're sacking food.
Yeah.
Like I would love for there to be a food deck. Like Lord of the Rings gave us an Attune with Aether that makes a food. I called it an Attune with Aether. There's an actual name to call that sort of effect. A Lay of the Land. That's what I wanted to say, but I was too scared to get it wrong. Oh, classic Thomas internal monologue.
I'm here for you.
But I like final partings. I like that card. Like single green, get up, fetch a basic, make a food. Like I think that's that's pretty. Like it's
that is
draws a card, makes a food. yes, obviously. But like if you could combine that like with the cat and maybe like Deadly Dispute, and then like it's a really good Troublemaker Oof deck. Like You could. I think there's something there. I think that y'all are right that Witch's Oven I think is too powerful, specifically with Cat, and I think it gets the brewing mind, like gets those gears going more with just Cauldron Familiar and other things that make food. So I think that's also just like more of an interesting puzzle to try and solve than like here it is. Here's the thing.
Yeah, there's the puzzle's already solved there. What would you rate this?
I have to give it a 1. I would love to say higher, but I I'm more of outside of like dried milk. A couple of my cards are here mostly because I think it's interesting to talk about, and I wanted to make sure I like is this like too powerful? But like I thought it'd be interesting to discuss. So, yeah, no, I'm gonna give it a 1.
Hippo, what would you give it?
I'll also give it a 1.
0.
Well, I'll be like Hippo and be different. I'll give it a 0.75. I would hate this.
Be like Hippo.
Yeah, this would just
we need a shirt.
Miserable play patterns.
Hippo, do you have a black card? Would you like to share with the class?
Yeah, I had 2, but I'll give you one of them. So my first one is Vampire Nighthawk.
Was your other one Gifted Aetherborn?
It is not.
Okay.
it is a different card. And I thought about the second one I thought was way less likely, and I'm like, that's not really worth discussing as much. But yeah, Vampire Nighthawk. So for those who do not know what Vampire Nighthawk is, it is 1 black for a 2/3 with flying, lifelink, and death touch.
I love that.
I think this would be the most perfect card for gardens.
I just want mono black devotion to be good. Play Gary.
Yeah.
Maybe splash white for ephemerate.
Yeah, this would be the most J card that ever happened. No, it'd be super. My thought with the card was it fits super nicely into the garden shell. Like it does all the things you want it to do. It blocks super well. It attacks super well. It like kills anything that it wants to.
If it stays, it starts stabilizing you.
Exactly. So I think this is that kind of card.
I think this card's sick. If your deck's losing to a 3-mana 2/3, it's like you gotta be doing something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, this seems like this all the right stats for there to make it like a good enough card to want to play. That's not like too good.
I like this card a lot. I'm a big fan of this. Yeah,
it was one of my favorite cards for a very long time.
It's just cool. I think the play patterns are perfectly fine. Death Touch can be a pain to attack into. I understand that, but like
it's 3
whatever.
mana.
It's 3 mana. Yeah, exactly. It's 3 mana. A card that I almost cut from I almost did cut it from my Peasant Cube just because my Peasant Cube had so much repeatable life gain. I'm like, okay, it's to a point where it's like I had like the best mono red deck in my cube, and it's like, man, I was just like somebody just had incidentally 10 life gain spells main board. I'm like, sucks. And so I cut Gifted Aetherborn instead of this because this card's just, I'm like, at 3 mana you earned it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's my I don't think there's too much talk, but I think like I like the mono black devotion shell for this. I think it's slot fine in the gardens.
You got a 5.
I want to cast Gary. You got a 5 for me too.
Yeah, I think this is a 5 for me.
I played against a Gary deck after round 1 of the RCQ. I was like, do you happen to have Pauper? And my opponent was like, and dug out like a mono black zombies deck that they had only upgraded with Accursed Marauders. And
that's cool.
And I was like I had my burn deck with me still, and I was like just doing my thing, and then he got a Gurmag Angler in play, and then they resolved a Gary, and I was like, a second Gary would be pretty bad for me, huh? Thankfully they did not have it, but it was cool to play against Gary.
That's cool.
That's great. Merchant of Asphodel for those who don't. Missed the joke in 2013.
I went with a low-hanging fruit on my black card. I put a Stitcher Supplier.
Whoa.
Singular black.
Yes, please.
For a singular black for a 1/1 creature zombie. Whenever it enters the battlefield or dies, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Mill 3.
I like this a lot.
Oh my gosh, just to make Dredge.
Yeah, Dredge is already like a deck that's just like teetering.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a teetering deck. It's a fine deck. Like that has good weekends.
And
stuff.
Dredge can never be the best deck in the format.
No.
Just because everyone would just bring their relics and
yeah, we just didn't die.
Yeah.
No, this is this is a super solid one. I like this one.
I think again, like Pauper has a lot of these synergy based decks that we're kind of talking about, and I think a lot of these cards that we're putting in here would like start bridging these gaps. It'll be some glue for the synergy base. It's like so close to having like a really sick, I guess it does have a really cool graveyard deck, but this just opens a door for so much more graveyard brews too, you know?
Yeah. Like it could unlock like Carrion Feeder's true potential. It could unlock the Writhing Necromass from Dominaria United that like you don't have to delve away your creatures to keep it cheap. Like, you know, like it could make a lot of stuff happen. I think, I agree that it would be really good in Dredge. It'd be really good in Dredge. It's a really good in a Dread Return deck, gotta say. really good in a Dread Return deck.
Yeah, it might. Maybe it would be a little bit too good, but I think it'd be.
I think it's fine.
It'd be so much fun. Mm. And there's not a ton for me to say about this. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think it would lock a lot of new brewing potential, and for those reasons, I'll give it a 4.
I'm in for a 4.
I think I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Heck yeah! All right, so did we want to do a to be continued?
Yeah, I will briefly mention my other black card because it is an interesting one.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
yes, please.
So my other black card is Inquisition of Kozilek.
Oh yeah.
So my only strike against this is that the format is so cheap on the whole that this starts to take way too many cards.
But
That's the only thing.
But it doesn't hit any of the emblem stuff, which can be very game ending, and it doesn't hit like a lot of like the game closers. Like it doesn't hit Terror, it doesn't hit Murmuring Mystic, it doesn't hit Gurmag,
Fire Blast.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. It doesn't like hit these random like just game enders.
It doesn't hit Snuff Out.
Like it could just like snipe a counter spell from like the blue deck, which is kind of cool. Which is kind of like that's what Inquisition is like. What's it's like is the coast clear Inquisition you kind of thing. And I don't know. We've all played with Thoughtseize and IOK and other formats.
Correct.
And we know how the play patterns go. It's nice having the hand knowledge.
Yeah, having information is good. Yeah, this is kind of good card there.
And Pauper is in a format where you get a lot of hand knowledge when playing into games.
And the good news is this is also a brainstorm format where hand knowledge matters less. Hand knowledge like overall matters less because there's so much more chance for that to change.
Which is fun. I think it's
I
feel
agree.
like it's super fun when someone thought seizes and you go, okay, brainstorm, hide 2 cards.
Oh, it feels awesome.
Yeah, that stuff's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got an experience on that. That was cool.
So I don't know how likely that one is how likely that one would be to happen, but that was just my other card that I thought of.
Shall we move it to the?
I was just thinking because I was thinking single black mana, no life cost or other pay to take a card. In the format right now, we have Duress and we have Divest, which can take an artifact or a creature. I think it's at least in Dominarian. It's probably got an older printing as well.
Yeah, there's another one
I believe
that is from New Phyrexia, and it's I can't remember the name.
That's an uncommon. Despise is an uncommon.
I was like that card is another card that I think could see something kind of like same vein.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. But I think in terms of comparing it to that, I think it would be a little. I think it'd be a little over the line in my mind, but I wouldn't hate it being in the format. Is how I feel. I think it would be interesting.
Inquisition.
And we rattled off all the cards it can't take, and that's pretty relevant.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Not all the cards. Some of the cards.
Yeah. No, we named every single card. Legal and Pauper it cannot take.
We'll be here a while.
Well, it can't take any of the legendary creatures. They're all 7 mana for a 4/4.
Shall we go to challenges?
Let's shall. We shall.
Let's go to challenges.
Take me there.
Okay. Oh, we're here, baby. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I was born ready.
Let's go.
Can you take me higher?
Don't do it, Thomas. Don't do it. Okay.
No.
Resist the temptation. It's a banger. All right. Are we ready?
Yas.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Pauper Challenge, Friday, August 16th. We have 61 players, fam. Just three short of more rounds. That's okay. We got more people down the line. So, August 16th, Friday, 61 players. In 8th place, Pedro Stone on Grixis Affinity. In 7th place, NMTSEO 94 on Glee Combo. In 6th place, Poker's Wizard on Mono Red Koldatha. In 5th place, Tiago Figuete on Glee Combo. In 4th place, Etzocrato on Golgari Control. I had the pleasure of losing to them on Gardens with Terror. It reminded me how horrid that matchup is. In 3rd place, Pavlval with Jund Gardens. In 2nd place, Shutin on Grixis Affinity. And in 1st place, with an 8-0 record, Galeo Gaio on Mono Red Koldatha. I'm going to take a peek at this first place list real quick. Ooh, only 4 playsets of the creatures they are not playing. They're playing Blast Runners, Bushwhackers, Tomb Raiders, and Epicures. So no Reckless Lackeys to be seen. And we have, and then the Festivities in the main, a Fire Blast in the main, and 2 Goblin Grenades, and an extra land over a Chain Lightning, it looks like. And raises in the board. Very cool. How we feeling, gentlemen? Anything y'all want to call out specifically?
It's cool. Oh,
good.
Hit me. Well, I would say it's cool to see Mono Red kind of make a resurgence.
Yeah.
We like to reference the data Kurt Blinsky always posts on his Twitter, on their Twitter, so give them a follow if you are into Pauper and you're probably listening as part of the podcast, so you care somewhat about the challenges, so give them a follow.
Yeah, they're doing the Lord's work.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
And Mono Red has a really good brood scale matchup. So, like, just from the small sample size we had, it's been doing really good against both variants of brood scale. So maybe that's why this is coming back a little bit. And it's Pauper, it's Mono Red. Mono Red waxes and wanes. Like, people chill out for a little bit. It's like, okay, Mono Red's on a downswing, and bam, it gets you when you least expect it. Did you have a list, Hippo, in specific?
I did.
I interrupted you. Which one were you looking at?
I was looking at one of the Jund's garden decks.
Mm-hmm. By who?
Pavlovwall.
Okay.
They're playing 2 copies of Heaped Harvest, which is a card from Bloomburrow. So I thought that was kind of cute.
What does that one do?
When it enters the battlefield and when you sacrifice it, you may search your library for a basic land, put it in the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. And then you can pay 2. It's got food text on it.
That's got
but it's
food
2.
text on it.
But it's 2 and a green. Does all those things.
You can pay 2, tap it, eat the food, and gain 3 life.
Specifically when you sacrifice it. So it also,
Yeah.
Deadly Dispute helps you, double ramp with this almost.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a cool card, yeah.
It's a sweet one.
I brought that up on our review. It is a teeny bit slow, but it's cool. I like it.
Just replaces a couple copies of, Limbus, I think.
Oh, they in the same list has... Oh, this is... I thought this was a Jund Brood Scale list at first. This is Jund Gardens.
This is Gardens.
Correct.
Yeah, because it's playing the 4 Writhing Chrysalis. I'm like, oh, Brood Scale's not playing Avenging Hunter. I'm like, wait, this is not Brood Scale. This is Jund Gardens. Whoopsie. Oh, that's really cool in Gardens. It makes sense because, Gardens doesn't like missing its land drops. And it's not playing a... Oh, it is playing One of Mountain. I was going to say, that'd be really weird. And this helps find the One of Mountain, which is really cool. So that's dope. I like that in the Gardens deck because you don't like missing your lands at all. That's cool.
Nice.
Let me look at these. Let me look at this Golgari Glee deck and see what they're doing with their creatures.
Yeah, so they have the Nightblade as one of their outs in the Golgari version.
Sorry, my
and some
phone
makeshift
just...
munitions in the Jund 7th place list.
Yeah, yep. It's cool. You always see these Golgari Glee decks. They're kind of see a split up of some people playing more creatures, some people playing less and stuff. So it's very nice. I have nothing too much to say on this challenge. If y'all want to move it to the next one,
yeah, we can head on over.
We had another Jund Gardens in 9th place real quick on this last one, so it's kind of funny.
I think that when a deck I think we talked about it a little bit, when a deck like Glee is really powerful, like a creature combo deck, decks like Gardens that can just kill spell, hand disruption, kill spell, just get to a bigger game than the creature combo deck could ever come back from. I think that those style of decks are in a really good position if something like Glee is doing really well, which it has been. It's very, very strong. All right.
Very much agree.
We are ready for a Saturday. Saturday Pauper Challenge. On August 17th, we got 48 players, fam. In 8th place, we have Tundoslav on Golgari Dredge. Looks like they were 6-0 going into top 8 as well, which is something to call out here. In 7th place, Sandoish on Grixis Affinity. In 6th place, Cooper the Red on Mono Red Koldatha. Very fitting name there. 5th place, Shotun, back-to-back top 8s. This time, it looks like, again, with Grixis Affinity. In 4th place, Forrester F on Jeskai Ephemerate. Hello. In 3rd place, Buenos Loco on Mono Red Koldatha. In 2nd place, La Fee Do Chapeau de Paula on Grixis Affinity. And in first place, Muka33 on Glee Combo, 7-2 record here. Let's take a look at what their sadistically and brute scale choices are. They got a couple Krark Clan Shamans. They have 2 makeshift munitions as the additional win conditions, it looks like. And a pretty solid board. 3 breath weapon, 3 duress, 3 snuff out, 3 weather the storm, 3 gorilla shaman. That's super clean, and that covers a lot of bases in the format these days. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Otherwise looks relatively stuck. GG's.
I really enjoy the one evolution witness in this.
Yes.
In these Jund decks. It's kind of cool because if you get to a point where you can just put a sadistic Glee on it, you can start buying back a lot of stuff from your graveyard. And that can get nasty pretty quick.
Yeah. James, anything interesting going on with the Ephemerate deck?
1 second, let me take a peek.
Yeah. I see some fun stuff. I see
definitely
some energy cards.
Yeah, there's like one of each of the there's one of each of the 2 non-galvanic discharge cards, which is pretty cool.
So they're playing 4 discharge.
Yeah, 4 discharge, 1 jolted awake, 1 tune the narrative.
Yeah, we haven't seen a ton of Jolt Awake, which I like.
Yeah, Jolted Awake plus Archaeomancer is pretty sick.
Oh, that is cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Just build your own repeatable reanimate.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Also doing that on a Muldrifter is pretty sick too. Yeah, no, I kind of like this. This is pretty sick.
I would love to see Jolted Awake get more love.
This also, so this actually makes me wonder, having all these like 1 mana cards that, you know, have all these nice payoffs in the Ephemerate deck makes me wonder if we want something kind of like the card Dizzy Spell. Is anybody familiar with that card? So it's a card from the Tireless Tribe deck. It's a single blue, but you can transmute it for 1 blue, and it goes and gets a 1-drop.
Oh, okay, got it. But it's
a sorcery speed,
yeah.
but you still can get a 1-drop, so you can like just tutor for whatever, which is kind of cool. And I guess in the same vein, you could play Mystical Teachings. It would be the same kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of hard in this deck. I think you'd rather have a Teachings just because it's like this deck likes to play at the instant speed. I care so much about that. And except for when you're having these huge turns, it makes sense we see this pop up because this deck is extremely flexible. It has like a lot of flex slots you can tune towards the meta. So once the meta kind of starts defining into Grixis Affinity, Glee Scale Combo, or Glee Scale Combo, whatever it's called, and monsters, you can start tuning towards something that you can target.
I also want to note, there's been very few monsters in these last 2 challenges.
Yeah, it's kind of been on the downswing, and according to some data from the Kabrinsky, Gruul Land Destruction had a way better win rate over the weekend. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah, so
we're back.
one card I did see sneak its way into the Dredge deck is Malevolent Rumble.
Yeah, that just completely makes sense.
That makes good sense to me.
Why wouldn't she want to play
It's a really
Ponder?
good card.
Yeah.
It's really good in many formats.
Very good.
Yeah, the card's super sick. Let me take a look at this.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if the LGS here has exhumes, because I might just like also put this together because I'm pretty close.
Put some dredge together. Yeah.
The dredge deck, yeah.
I think I have an extra copy of it.
2 dredge decks.
Whoa, no, I'm getting
nobody else plays it. I think I'm the only one.
Yeah. Which is surprising.
That's a weird deck for me to be the only one to play.
Yeah, it's like a fun
Yeah.
deck. Shall we move it to the next one?
Absolutely.
Ooh,
that's what I said.
Ooh, that's what I said. All right, this top 8 is very interesting. I took a peek at it earlier, and we got a lot of the first 2 top 8s. So for over this weekend, like a lot of mono red, a lot of Grixis Affinity, a lot of Glee combo. Sunday is pretty different here. We are looking at August 18th. Sunday, we got 75 players. Let's go. Folks are showing up for some Pauper. In 8th place, Knight's Queen the 4th or the 6th, because it's got a VI at the end. I'm going to say it's Knight's Queen the 6th on Rakdos Madness. Looks like they were 7-0 going into top 8. So that's an excellent record through Swiss, even though it ended in top 8. In 7th place, Luffy Do Chapeau de Paula on Grixis Affinity. In 6th place, Trevo the Great on Demir Control. In 5th place, Beso de Gea on Blue Black Fairies. In 4th place, GN42 playing Green White Boggles. Fascinating.
Whoa.
In 3rd place, Poker's Wizard. Back from top 8 this previous Friday with a different deck, this time with Green-White Boggles. In 2nd place, we do have a Glee combo deck represented here. It's Paulo Cabral BR with the Golgari version of Glee combo. And in 1st place, with a 9-1 record, Discovern playing Mono Blue Terror. I took a peek at this list. It looks super sick. They are cutting they're not playing Boomerangs. They're playing Deem Inferior, which is the 3 and a blue tuck spell that costs less for each card you've drawn in a turn. Otherwise, and they're not playing Force Spikes as well, and they're playing Ponders. In opposed to the list that I played in the video that went up finally. Oh my god, hallelujah, praise whoever you want to praise. But they are playing the Sleep of the Dead tech in the sideboard. That card was very, very, very impressive.
That card was super good.
Very impressive.
Yeah,
and a full set of annuls, which is pretty sick actually. And I like the dispels too. Cool.
I actually quite like that.
Yeah.
So when you play the deck, were you playing Boomerangs?
I was playing Boomerangs and Force Spikes and a couple Considers over like the Demon Furious and the Ponders.
Did the Boomerangs feel pretty good?
The Boomerangs felt fine. They felt they're cards that are very good when you're on the play, and so they came out in sideboarding a decent amount of the time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I think that's something to pay attention to. And there are some matchups where like you just don't want it against Koldatha. All their stuff is so cheap. Like you want, if anything, you could bring in like Steel Sabotage if you want to bounce like artifacts or counter artifacts or whatever. Boomerang was fun. I think it lines up. I think the Demon Furier and having a more consistent setup with Ponder is better in a world where the threat nexus is narrowed down to Mono Red and Grixis Affinity and Glee combo. If those are like your big 3, I think Boomerang's probably not where you want to be. If Gruul were still on top, then yeah, play Boomerang, because they're gonna put a Utopia Sprawl on their land, or you can just Boomerang their elf. Like that helps you with it. It's a different kind of tempo. That would be my instinct with why this list succeeded in this meta.
The instant speed from Boomerang is really nice, but this tucking instead of bouncing to your hand is like a huge plus side. But about Glee, it's like this being a Demon Fury being at sorcery speed is kind of not the best against Glee, so I don't know aspect this is good against Glee. I think I'd rather have Boomerang against Glee even.
It was something that someone actually called. I mean, it was something that someone actually called out on a comment to the video that I posted, in that when I went back and reviewed match 4 that I lost to Brood Scale because of mistiming of Boomerang, they pointed out that one of the ways that I said that Boomerang could have helped me actually would not have. So like there's like even more like of learning and experience that needs to come from like playing the specific, like specifically against this deck. And
if they go to cast sadistically on it, isn't that when you just Boomerang it? You just Boomerang the Basking Brood Scale as soon as they just cast.
Yes, that's not what I was. That's not what I was talking about. But yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know the context. I'd have to look at
the context. But honestly, the deck wants to set up to counterspell everything. Just make a terror as quickly as possible and just counter everything, or almost everything relevant. Like make sure you have a counterspell. Or get them to a point where Spell Pierce is like fine. But anyway, the Glee deck is playing the Bloodrite Invokers over the Nadirs. Otherwise, it's a lean, mean, sadistic Glee machine. So we have 2 Boggles decks in top 4 here, in 3rd and 4th place. That's pretty sweet. Again, if you're capitalizing on like Mono Red, right?
Yeah, and they're both playing 4 Malevolent Rumbles too, which is pretty. Which is pretty spicy. I feel like this deck can clock a Glee deck pretty quickly too. You can put them under pressure pretty quick too, which is nice.
The only unfortunate part about this is that you have very little interaction against the Glee in the main.
But the best interaction, putting them 0.
Yeah, I mean they can just win on turn 3 though.
So, pish posh. So can you? Yeah, no.
You can. They actually can win on turn 3.
Yeah. One of them has the Blighting Agent, the one in a blue Infect creature tech, and the one island in the sideboard.
Ooh.
Let me see if both lists are messing with that.
No, it's not.
Okay, just one of them.
GN42 is playing something different. He's playing more like targeted hate cards.
Which I think I like a little bit better. I think the Infect package might be a little too cutesy. But
I mean, it's certainly
I'd have to,
super sweet, but
yeah.
But yeah, it depends if the decks that you want to bring that in against are the decks that you expect to be a big play in the metagame or not. I think.
And I think this like yeah.
Duh.
This coming back,
Yep.
I think it just has like a lot of good like meta matchups. You know, like Gardens has been on the downswing for a while. Dimir Terror is kind of getting. It'll still pop up every now and then, but it's kind of getting outshined by Mono Blue Terror, which you just Boggles has such a better matchup against that. I could see Terror really struggling to keep up with Boggles. Like once you just outsize a Terror and your creature has lifelink and vigilance and trample and horsemanship and whatever else it wants,
It's true.
it can get out of hand pretty quick. You want to talk about these 2 Dimir decks that
I just
8?
opened up the control deck, and it is neither fairies deck nor terror deck. It's just straight up blue black control. This list is super
it has
sick.
4 Spellstutter sprites for fairies and 4 sneaky snackers.
And 4 sneaky
fairies.
snackers, yeah.
But,
so like they have it's like a little bit of a fairies package. They're playing,
but it's
4
not
Modern
buying them
Age.
back with like
yeah.
There's no way to pick them back up with why can't they like our Ninja of the Deep Hours?
Correct. Yeah, it's not like full on fairies. They've got 2 Thorn of the Black Rose, 2 Murmuring Mystics, a Gurmag Angler, and then 4 Modern Ages, and then just a really powerful suite of spells that exist in the format.
Yeah, just a bunch removal spells, kind of.
Yeah, removal spells,
And
brainstorm,
counterspells,
counterspell. And a sweet array of good sideboard options in blue and black. Extract a Confession as their edict of choice. Very, very strong when you have cards like Lorien Revealed that are going to be in your graveyard pretty easily. Yeah, this is sick. This list is sick. I would play this in a heartbeat.
Probably perfectly fine against Gui combo again. Like you have a power removal spells.
Yeah.
I imagine it being you would probably have some game against Terror because you're just playing a ton of removal spells and you can pay it too. But Terror plays a lot of interaction too, so that just becomes a
I'd
fight.
be interested to see how the like Terror matchup, any Terror matchup goes with this, or like Ephemerate or something like that. But I think this is also shoring up some weaknesses that like mono blue or potentially blue red can have against Koldatha, because you have stuff like if you wanted to, you have like Unexpected Fangs, Arms of Hadar. Like these cards are very good against mono red, and black can give you those.
So this fairies deck right above it, it differs a little bit. It's playing 3 fairy seers. It's not playing any of the sneaky snackers, but it's playing the Ninja of the Deep Hours to pick back up their Spellstutter Sprite or fairy seer or draw a card. It's got 4 Augur of Boluses too, so you can know the bottom 3 cards of your library.
It's also playing a card from MH3 as well. It's playing Wither and Bloom, which is a pretty sweet one.
Is that that?
Yeah, it's the -3/-3, and then you can pay like 3 or 4 mana and cycle it and put a counter on a creature.
Exile it from your graveyard.
Oh, sorry, exile
you can
from
put
your
a counter
graveyard,
on it. And I think it's 2 mana to do that. Yeah, 2 mana to exile it. Yep.
Even better.
Yep.
Sorry.
So it can just activate only as a sorcery. It can make a 1/1/8/2/2, which is a difference, a very noticeable difference, honestly.
It's twice as big.
It is. That's huge.
100% growth.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
No, I like it. Fairies was a deck that I got. Like that was my first Pauper deck I played, so I love seeing fairies do well. So this makes me happy.
Yeah, no, fairies is sweet.
And I just don't know if fairies could keep up with the Gruul decks, but the Gruul decks have been kind of on the down low.
That is true.
Like, I guess like you have counter spells against their big stuff, but they just need one big dude, and then they have cascades. It could just be hard to keep up with. You know.
We do.
All right. Any other thoughts overall on this challenge?
There was a very diverse set of challenges this weekend.
It's true.
Yeah, very. Yeah. It was kind of funny seeing Boggles pop up in the same top 8.
Yeah, 2 Boggles in top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Still lots to choose from. No Gruul decks in the top 8.
I was just about to say, no,
But
we got Gruul decks in 9th and 10th on Sunday.
Yeah. And I think there was one in 9th or 10th on Saturday as well. So, like, they're there. They're popping up. They're doing all right. Just they couldn't break in the top 8. It'd be like that sometimes,
It's true.
It do be like that.
We'll get them next week.
There you go.
When you let your guard down, we'll snap and get you.
Gruul.
Yeah. Shall we sign off? Any closing thoughts?
Before we go, I want to
Play it.
shout out our our plans and hopes to host, not host, but ask NRG to host a Pauper event at their event in Louisville in September. It's NRG Louisville, is September 14th and 15th. If you are in Louisville or any of the surrounding cities like Nashville, like us, Cincinnati, if you're coming down from Chicago, maybe Columbus or Pittsburgh, St. Louis, anywhere else in the greater Tennessee or area as well, like anywhere where the reasonable days drive to Louisville, and you love Pauper and you're listening to this and you're considering going to NRG, if that's the case, send us an email and we can get you linked up as soon as they get a pre-registration up. Our buddy Spencer, who has the connection with the NRG people, is going to be chatting with them in person at NRG Madison this coming weekend. So we'll maybe have some more information, and maybe we'll have like a pre-registration link up for people who are interested to like really show energy. Like, I would play this, and that would be sick. So that's kind of where we're at. If it's something that interests you, let us know. If you have any way to get us in touch with area Pauper communities and Pauper scenes, also that would be great. If you could let us know. I'm sending messages around to different Facebook groups of the surrounding cities to let them know that this is the thing we're trying to do.
We didn't get to it, but we did get an email from someone who said that they would love to get a group of people from Ohio to come down.
Yes, let's go.
So
Thank you.
That'd be really cool. We'll have
Thank
to
you
we'll
for
have to
sending that
read their email next episode. I just completely blanked it. That was my fault. Dropped the ball.
Hold on, I can just pull it up. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up.
Do it. Well, you can read the email, but they have like a whole like brew attached to it too. That'd be fun to read.
Sure. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, thank you for then we'll get to that. Hell yeah.
With that, I also forgot to plug out that we want to do a hot takes episode, so send us your hot takes. We want to do a hot take episode, so if you have any hot takes, email them to @commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com, and that link is in the bio below on whatever you are listening us to.
Or you can DM any of us on Twitter, and our handles are all in the bio.
Someone has DM'd me on Discord already, asking if we've already done the episode. I was like, no, it's in a couple weeks. Send in that take.
Sick.
Send in that take. Hold on 1 sec. Real quick, we do have one email that came in yesterday from sharing for your awareness that there is a 2-day Pauper only event in Katowice, Poland, which is part of the Common Magic Pauper series. And we can include the link.
It's a trios Pauper event.
Ooh, wow.
That's
very exciting.
Yeah.
So thank you for sending that in, Gano. And or Gano, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Thank you for sending that in. I hope anyone in the Poland or greater European area who is able to travel and is interested can go check that out. Let's go.
If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you so much. If you have any questions for us, you can email them to at gmail.com. You can email them to @commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com. That link is in the bio as well. If all 3 of our Twitter handles, if you have any other questions, concerns, topic ideas, kind words, or hateful words, I'll take it on the chest, and I'll give us hateful words. I'll give them right back.
We'll include the YouTube link this time, because now there's a YouTube video, and slowly the episodes will exist on there as well for folks who like listening to episodes of whatever on YouTube. So we'll include that link in there. Go give us a subscribe if you don't mind.
Yeah, we've chit-chatted about that once you come back, Thomas, that we'd like to do more aspirational things like paper content eventually. I know I'm big into that. That'll be easier once I can touch Thomas.
Much easier. Well, it'll also be way easier when I am in a place with good internet, too. That's been a lot of my issue this summer. So, but it's okay. We're making do.
All right. Peace out, scouts.
Thank you, man.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. I like the girls that do drugs.
You do?
Cigarettes in the mouth.
Technically, I
hate
do.
cops.
So.
Buys guns. It's a song from Barack Obama's Spotify rap.
It's true.